Folks, it is time now for our game of the week, and we can't wait. Tremendous anticipation all across the college football landscape for this matchup. It's a late season, top 25 matchup here. Two teams that have earned the right to be ranked will test each other, and there's big playoff implications. And we'll see the number 14 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 8th-ranked team, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. And the Canes will kick this deep to get us going. Bringing it out, it's Johnson. He's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Looking to scramble now. Getting set. Here's second down. Receiver in motion now. Looking to pass here on second down. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Not much on the return, but the important thing, the takeaway, snuffs out the scoring threat. Big play.
Well, here it is, opening drive of the game. You're just trying to find that rhythm, run the ball, a couple passes, and this one backfires. Poor decision by the quarterback. That's 100% on him, and this defense now gives their own offense great field position here to get points on the board.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Using his legs, it's Johnson. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
The Canes line up with a first and goal. Here's a handoff on first and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, no surprise for offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
And the PAT is good. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. The BYU offense back out on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, hold them just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at second and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
He dumps it off to the tight end. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
They're able to get a short gain to make this third down a little bit more manageable. But it is third and long, so this offensive line's got to be ready, do a good job of communicating, and pick up any potential blitzes here on third and long.
Gain of 5. 4th down coming up.
4th down and 2 in their own territory. Coach shows no hesitation. The offense is on the field. They'll test the right side here. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. That's a gutsy call by this coach at this stage of the game in this field position, but it works.
Yeah, they roll the dice here early in the game, and it works out because if they don't convert there, boy, the opposing offense starts in great field position.
Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. And he's got his man open downfield. Rips off a big gain. Finally tackled at the 46.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
Ball handed off. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Just love watching his back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Pressure is coming. Quarterback escapes the pocket. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Defense does a great job of taking everything away downfield. This quarterback wanted to take a shot, but nothing is there. The only problem is they didn't account for him taking off and running, so he picks up the first down.
Good enough for first down yardage.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
And it's intercepted right near the goal line. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
And the Miami offense is back on the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Boy, how about the defensive speed there in the team pursuit? They recognize the toss sweep from the middle of the field and show their team speed to be able to eliminate this play.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Offense backed up here, looking to throw. Looking for his big tight end. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Football comes out. And the defense has picked up the football going the other way.
Well, that's why you do ball security drills almost every single day in practice. You just can't put the ball on the turf like that. But give credit to the defender for the hit, because that's what caused the fumble.
First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. And they finally tackle him down at the 1. Big gain on the pitch and catch.
We'll see if the defense stays in zone after that big play, or if they can change things up on this drive and get a little bit more aggressive.
Takes the snap and takes off on the run. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that's what we call assignment football by the defense. They took away the back inside, and there's a perfect play to be able to stop an athletic quarterback.
Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, BYU. We had a short video. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kirk.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Bringing it out, it's Joseph. That's strong coverage, though. They tackle him at the 11-yard line. the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. Last possession, they fumbled it away, and it set up a touchdown drive. And they bounce back from that right away. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Trying to find some room. It's Fletcher. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Score time, 7-7.
We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first down. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. The offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. The Canes will send their punt team onto the field. Looking to flip the field here. This one will be fair caught. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Looking for his big tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Chris, when was the last time you saw a tight end who can lay out like that and make a play?
A new set of downs after that completion. They call the counter play here. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. They'll try a pass here. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. A big hit by the linebacker. Physical tackle there, big versus big. That completion sets up a 3rd down play. And the fullback gets in on the action with the carry. They make the first down, brought down to the 31.
Chris, I always get a kick out of how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You can hear the bench screaming, the crowd is screaming. Watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass downfield. Rarely do you hear them say, watch the fullback.
He's got room looking for the end zone. Touchdown for Brigham Young. Strong game by this quarterback.
And this running back's going to show you he can be a receiver as well. He's just not back there running the football. Nice job of showing that versatility. Pulls it in and gets 6.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Here's the kickoff team now, set to move this one away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Miami offense back out onto the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? They'll hand it off. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
By the running back. Game 7. Brings up second down.
Offense getting set. It's second down. To throw, it's Anderson. Snags the quick throw. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. Trying to catch the defense with the draw.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another third down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Back to pass. It's Anderson. Running out of time in the pocket. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Now it's second down here. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot.
I mean, you don't see this very often. They just pressured the quarterback, and did you see how many guys that were rushing him? 3. Give 8 guys in coverage, and you can get that kind of pressure on a quarterback with 3 rushing.
And they'll kick it away here. And the punt heads out of bounds. Excellent work. They'll spot this down near the 5-yard line. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. It's going to be a loss on the play. 4 set of bounds. Great play by the defense.
Man, the defense took everything away. He tried to get to the inside, had to bounce it all the way to the outside, and then they took that away. He couldn't turn the corner. He was forced out of bounds for a loss.
The pocket breaking down. Makes a quick grab. And they bring him down quickly, but that's a solid gain on the short throw.
This is what you love to see, right? Quarterback does a nice job of looking and finding his open receiver, and he waits to the last possible second. In fact, Chris, he gets hit as he gets that ball out of his hands. So good job of showing some strength and a good job of throwing with accuracy as he's taking that hit.
On third down, he drops to throw. Lets it go quickly. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Boy, Chris, what a hit there on that third down play by the defensive back. If he doesn't make that play, that's probably a first down, and they move the sticks. Instead, we've now got 4th down.
And it's a solid punt headed toward the sideline. The punt goes out around the 45. Not a good one. The offense takes over in plus territory. And the Miami offense is back on the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
That pass falls incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. Fourth down and 2 coming up as they try to keep the drive going. Dropping back, it's Anderson. Quick throw to the left side. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. They make the tackle, but he easily gets first down yardage, and the drive keeps going. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. 1st and goal. Can the offense punch it in and tie the score before the half? They're going to run it here. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown for the U.
Boy, how exciting has this first half been? We get a touchdown here. They're an extra point away from tying this game up. A lot of great action here.
And the extra point was up and good. The PAT ties the game here in the 2nd quarter now. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. And he'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. First down, looking to throw the ball. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And they've got him. A sack on the final play of the first half. Good momentum for this defense heading to the break. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Cougars will kick this away to begin the second half. Bringing it out, it's Carr. And he stopped at the 18. Returner trying to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. And they get the second half started with a running play. Finds room at the 30. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. They're going to run it. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. The quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call. and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Tries the right with a quick throw, and is intercepted. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. And look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the catch, and a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker.
How about the offense here dialing up a good zone beater? Let's give credit to the coordinator for calling the right play at the right time, and the receiver finding the hole in that zone.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. We pressure him and sack him to be tackled inside the 10.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board, and now the offense has a chance to kick a field goal by that missed opportunity and dropping that interception.
Pass caught. Can he get in? Touchdown, BYU. They will claim the second-half lead. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against his secondary. Let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Joseph. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Anderson. He's running out of time here. Hit just as he throws the ball. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Brigham Young.
Just a tough spot to be as a quarterback. He feels the pressure. He wants to get rid of the ball. And you can see what can happen when the pressure gets to that quarterback right in his face. The ball is up in the air. The defense is able to come down with it, not only for an interception, but they get a touchdown themselves.
Bringing it out, it's Joseph. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Miami offense is back on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick-6 in the last possession. Fires it on the move. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball. Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. The drive stays alive with that first down completion. Handoff here from the shotgun. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line.
North down at the 42. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down after that previous play. And the quarterback dropping back. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. He's got some room and some blockers here. Touchdown, BYU. And the defense adds 6 from the interception return. And they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Fielded in the end zone. It's Joseph. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield.
Just a great throw and an even better catch here by Miami to be able to come up with a big play for this offense. And Chris, oh my gosh, just an embarrassment of riches when it comes to Miami and the wide receiver position. And you can say not recently. They've got some pretty good players. When you go back, Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Santana Moss, I just could keep going and going when it comes to the Canes.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Looking to pass. It's Anderson. On the run here, taking a deep shot. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
At this point, the offensive coordinator has to think about going to the other quarterback. That's his 4th interception in this game alone. He's throwing the ball into coverage, and the defense is making him pay for it.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. He shreds the tackle. They bring him down, but a solid run there by the sophomore.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
He's tackled at the 23-yard line. Brings up
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
We finally see a changeup from this defense. It has been a long game for this defensive coordinator. A lot of touchdown passes. They finally find a way to affect the timing between the quarterback and his receivers by getting pressure.
And that pump will just bounce out of bounds, so no return. Comes the Miami offense back out on the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Running back grabs it on a screen. Defense makes the tackle, but that screen produces a pretty solid gain.
Now the defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They got a little bit fooled here by the screen play. Nice positive gain for the offense.
To the air, it's Anderson. And the sophomore's got him for a sack.
Well, this sack is on the quarterback, in my opinion. Anytime you call a screen, you've got to be aware that that pass rush is coming in. Bait them towards you and go over top. This time, he's unaware of how quickly they're going to come in.
Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Throws to the tight end. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? Gonna take it all the way in. Pick 6. Touchdown, Brigham Young.
How about the risky call here by this offense? I love that they're going for it on 4th down. I'm not so sure about the play call. The defense is not fooled at all. Steps in front of this throw for a nice touchdown.
And the point after is right down the middle. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And a misfire there on the kickoff as it goes out of bounds. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down here for this offense. Gonna run it. It's Johnson. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Well, good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the first down.
One quarter to play in what has been a beatdown so far. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Give it to the back again. It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up.
He's brought down near the 49-yard line. Second down coming up.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue now! Go!
Play action fake, looking to throw. Looking for his big tight end. And he's got it. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Boy, they do a great job here on play action. The linebackers were completely fooled. 2 or 3 steps up into the line of scrimmage, opened up a nice lane behind the backers, between the safeties, for the quarterback to make the read and a good throw downfield.
To throw, it's Anderson. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Black 24! Black 20! Get set! Get set!
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. The Hurricanes will hustle to the line here to run the hurry-up. The linebacker shifting around now. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Defense not pressing this time. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Yet another interception. The disastrous performance continues. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Well, that interception really about cost him the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in and down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
Handoff as they try to work the clock here. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3.
He's marked down at the 33. Brings up 2nd down.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the offensive line is completely occupied with that defensive front. That freed up that linebacker to shoot right through that gap and blow up the ball carrier. What a play.
Runs through attack. Look at that. He's still going. Finally forced out of bounds, but a solid return that time. First down here. The offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They've got him at the 48, but that's a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back.
On the ready.
It's a solid run. Gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs.
In blue. In blue.
On the run, it's Johnson. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly.
Second down coming up.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Breaking free at the 35. Brought down, but not before shaking off the first defender and picking up the first down. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out.
On the set.
The Hurricanes with 1st and 10 here.
Belly stunner. Here we go.
Looking to throw. It's Anderson. Receiver makes the grab. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Chris, now that we're in the final couple minutes of this game, it's a good time to just kind of step back and appreciate the job this defense has done throughout the entire game. They've applied pressure. They've been physical at the line of scrimmage. Good job in space. And a big part of the reason that they have such a big lead today.
And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Hey, where's that been the whole game? That's actually a nice run. It has been a tough day for this offense, but you know what? You love to see the offensive line and the running back still out there competing, trying to show the coaches that they're not worried about the score. They're going to go out and show their competitive spirit, and hopefully that will help them down the road.
They're 1 for 3 so far on 4th down attempts. Can they convert here? He shreds the tackle. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
Extra point is good, but it's still a double-digit loss. Well, this head coach told us we've prepared well. We're ready. I'd be shocked if we didn't go out and play well. And he had a good read on his team. That's a big win.
This